As a first mandatory step to ask for the general pre-submission advice, you need to obtain a pre-application ID. Therefore, we run this short demo starting from the pre-application ID page. Here you will find a dedicated button to ask for the general pre-submission advice. Before doing so, let's verify the key information that EFSA is going to receive. The subject of the application, the food domain, the authorization type, and the application type. When you click on Ask GPSA option, the form for general pre-submission advice opens. You need to fill in 3 different fields. Please be clear and concise when adding information that may be useful for the provision of advice. In the first field, you are asked to add relevant background information about the subject of the application, adding for instance, details on the substance, product, health claim or process that your application refers to. There is a field where you can insert your questions. Please number them and be concise. Also make clear a reference to the relevant sections of the applicable guidance, documents and legislation. Now, you need to provide details on the conditions of use or intended use of your product. Once you have filled in all necessary information and have reviewed it, you can click on Next. In the section called Pre-Submission Advice, you can see the request you have just created. Click on it to edit if necessary. With the help of the status bar at the top of the page, you can monitor the status of your request. And indeed, as you can see, your request is now in draft status. Before submitting your pre-submission advice request, you can review the information you inserted by clicking on the pencil icons. Let's suppose, for instance, you wish to add another question. To do so, you just click and add your question. Now everything is ready. Click on Submit to send the request to EFSA. As you can see, the request has been correctly sent to EFSA. EFSA has 15 working days to accept your request for general pre-submission advice. Once the request has been accepted, you can see its status displayed as in progress. Further down on the web page in the Approver Comments tab, you can see the information EFSA wishes to share with you. If instead the request for general pre-submission advice is not accepted by EFSA, you can read the reasons given by EFSA for rejecting the request in the Rejection Comments field. This may be the case when questions do not fall into the scope of general pre-submission advice as defined in Article 32A of the General Food Law. When EFSA replies to your request, you will see in the written advice field the answers to your questions. In addition, EFSA will also share the summary of the advice. You can see that the status of your general pre-submission advice request is now displayed as closed. Once the application is declared valid or admissible, the summary of the advice will be published on the Open EFSA portal. Thank you for your attention.